Hey sneak peekers, I'm Mason on the red carpet for Master at South by Southwest.
Legends. Lancaster College is crowded with them. When you go to a school that's nearly as old as the country, you can expect to hear a few.
It can be really hard for students of color. Just know I'm here.
It's amazing, Gil. First Black Master.
Very exciting.
What inspired your portrayal of Jasmine in this film?
It, basically, all of the stories that my friends and family have ever told me, experiences that I've had. I knew that these experiences were not talked about often, and when they were, it was glossed over. When we talk about academia, we really never talk about it from a point of view from Black women and women of color. So I knew that I wanted to tell this story, and it would be hard and maybe a little bit triggering, but it was necessary.
I have to tell you, being able to sit and have rehearsals and speaking with Mariama and having Zoe and every bit of rehearsal that we had helped a lot. And then Mariama had a list of films for us to watch so we could get a feel of what she was going for. That was also really helpful in tone and like. First question I loved that whole process.
Could you describe your role with the film just a little bit?
Yeah, so I am the writer and the director. I made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Well, what were some points of inspiration for you in creating this whole project?
I drew a lot from my own life and from my personal experiences when I was a college student. So it's great to be talking to a college student right now. I was just really trying to draw from a lot of the details and the specificities of what it was like to be in an institution like the fictional Ancaster in the film.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that there are definitely going to be a lot of points of resonance with current students. How do you think that'll play out with audience members who are students or faculty members?
Well, I'm really excited to, see their reactions and to see whether or not they feel like it is representative or evocative or in some way, true to that experience. I'm really curious.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see a lot of I've been saying it's like a mirror shown to all of the students going to class, black, brown, white, whatever. I think you're going to see similarities in your college experience in Master that you're experiencing right now. I think it's going to be fun. Again, might be a little triggering, but I think it's necessary, and sometimes in cinema, I think that's kind of what we need. So that's what I'm hoping, yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to resonate a lot. I think a lot of students are going to really find it interesting, the subject matter, the familiarity, and also the horror portions of it too.
Great. And as a scary movie veteran, how do you think that this film fits within the broader horror moment of right now?
Well, there's so many different kinds of films that are, fall into the horror genre. There's like slashers. I mean, I think definitely this fits into more like thriller, dramatic. But I don't know how it fits. You're gonna have to tell me.
Okay.
You got to tell me where you think it fits.
It's always hard to say. Maybe in hindsight, I'll know a little bit better. But I definitely know that, Jordan Peele kicked the door down for creators of color in the horror space when he made Get Out. I think that he proved that there's such a strong interest for, the Black perspective in horror cinema. So that's one I would love to also be considered with some of my idols. But, maybe that's something that I'll work towards. But, I just think that the horror genre in general is just such an amazing part of film.
Yeah, definitely. So excited to see more from you coming down the line. Do you have any advice for aspiring student filmmakers?
Yes, my advice is make a short film. Try to create, and it doesn't have to be on the largest scale, but I think that, moving out of the idea phase and into something where you have like a concrete piece of work that you can show someone so that they have a sense of your sensibilities and your taste and your aesthetic is really starting out.
Yeah, I love that phrase of the concrete, But what was that like for you going from the roles of writer to director throughout the film?
It's interesting because it definitely, it requires making a shift and kind of moving from a more story-based and narrative perspective to a more visual, outlook. But then obviously part of being a director is also, managing everything and all of the moving parts. So it's something that I got a little practice on working on my shorts and definitely tried to put into use during the shoot.
Do you have any advice for aspiring film students or young filmmakers out there?
Be a student is what I would say. Be willing to learn, listen, find someone that you can study under, that you can trail, that you can just follow, and take everything that you can. Know how to do as many jobs as you can, create with your friends, because those are the same people that will be creating with you when you're here. So, create with your friends, be a student. That's what I would probably say.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us today. It was great to talk with you.
So you all run the department?
Sorry?
You all run the department?
We are, yes, a part of the team.
I don't think she had that on. I did a whole interview and didn't have the camera on and was when I was a student and was so mortified, but I couldn't do it over because I was too embarrassed.
Oh, really?
And then when we stopped and they walked away, I was like, we didn't get anything. It was at the Lincoln Center Film Festival.
Oh my goodness.
I hope you're working. I don't want it to happen to you.
No, for sure.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Just like that, yeah. Perfect. Yay.